Hi guys, welcome to Bookish Shayla, and today I am doing my Ironcrafters challenge with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, day 21. This is the sketch by Linda Mowat. I don't know, sorry Linda. Linda M, we'll just call her that. And it calls for 3 photos. It's kind of a blockish with some banners. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Now, it's also mixed media mayhem, but I don't know. It was, one of the prompts was to stamp your title, and I didn't want to stamp my title because I have a cut file for my title. So I guess I'm just not going to do mixed media mayhem this week, but that's okay. I'm going to do my Ironcrafters and my 30 Days of Sketches. So let me show you what I've got for my pictures. This is my daughter and 2 of her classmates in a 4-H showdown. And so I'm going to do that as my top picture. I'm going to cut these down and do this. And instead of the journaling and the title being up here, my title is going to be down here. Now, the Ironcrafter was a recipe challenge this month, and it was to stamp, heat emboss, and use a cut file. Or no, stamp, embossing powder, and use a cut file. Now, I tried something different, and it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted, but I will go with it. I used embossing powder on the title, and I don't love it, but I don't absolutely hate it, and I don't want to waste this that I got, so we're going to go with it. So it says Little Chef, and their little hats match the hats they're wearing, so that's why I'm going to do that. So that's going to be my title. I am going to use the Photo Play Good Luck, or Charmed, yeah, Photo Play Charmed collection. I love this collection for 4-H pictures because it has little clovers, and that's what 4-H is all about, although it does only have 3. I loved this bow, and I bought 2 of them, but I just don't know that I can use it. It's just so cute. I love it so much, but we'll see. And then I have the clover. On the back is this diamond. I definitely won't use that. On the back of this are some cut-aparts. Then we have this awesome plaid that would be perfect for 4-H, and on the back are more clovers. So, oh, and I was going to tell you, I embossed this. I started out using this embossing dabber by Ranger. Then I went in and tried to add the little details with this Emboss It pen from Ranger. And then I just went in with my Versamark and squished it down. And that seemed to work the best. And I used my Mode Lawn Distress embossing powder. So, also with this collection, I have the, whatever this is called, cardstock. I also have these 4-H stickers. And there may be some papers in there too. And for my stamp, I don't know, I pulled out this one. I'll either do the pluses or the star, or I may do some little backgrounds. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do for my stamping, but I'm going to do this. And I also have this 4-H from Petticoat Parlor. But since I have the Little Chef, I'm probably not going to use that. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to play a little, figure out what I'm going to do, and I will be back. Okay, I kind of did a little work, and this is what I came up with. I had this sheet of paper in the 4-H pack, and it had a big 4-H here, and then it had a strip up here that said A World of Opportunity, and I cut out the 4-H, the little clover, and I did a strip from the middle of the paper to kind of anchor this. I also just took a piece of green cardstock from my stash, and that's going to be my top. And I played around to try to find a background that this would show up on. First I had green, obviously that wasn't going to work. Then I had white, that wasn't going to work. So, and then I thought, well, I could color this, and I just didn't really have the right colors that I wanted to use. Yeah, it was just a thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I took, this was also from that Creative Imaginations 4-H pad, or 4-H collection, this paper, and that's what I'm going to make my banners from the middle out of. I haven't done that yet. And then also down here. I cut out the 4H. I've cut my photos down. I'm going to mat them on some white. And yeah, that's where I stand. So let's, and I want to do a little stamping up here. I don't know which one I want to use though. I kind of just want some, I thought I was going to do that, but I kind of just want like the blotchy stuff. So I think I'm going to use this instead. I'm going to ink this in black. I was going to do it in green, but I figured there's enough green on here, and I'm going to ink my papers in black before I glue them down to help them pop off that green background a little bit. And I'm using this piece to anchor this just because it got lost a little bit. Everything just got lost. So let me find my tape runner. Yeah, it's gonna go like this. And it's gonna go like that. Okay. Is this a fancy smancy layout with all the stuff? No. But not every layout, in my opinion, not every layout has to be like that. And I have been asked before, like what my scrapbooking style is, and I don't have one. Sometimes I like just simple. Sometimes I like fancy. It really just kind of depends. So this is going to go here. So I'm going to get out. And when I say fancy, I just mean like heavily embellished and that kind of stuff. I kind of like both. Like I said, it just depends on the layout. It depends on my supplies. Now, do I kind of, I don't want to say feel bad, but is it kind of weird to go from, you know, a super fancy layout to a more simple one? Kind of, but okay, I'm going to put this there. And then up here. Okay. That white had all my embossing powder on it still. Okay, so we got that. And I'm going to go in with the little dotted one. And just kind of add a little bit more to it. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to I'll glue that down. See, I kind of like that. That kind of helps that pop a little bit more. Okay, now let me, you know what? My picture is supposed to be bigger than the banner. So I'm going to cut my banner down just a little bit. Let's see, my picture is 3.5. So let's do the banner at 3. I think I had it at 4 and it was just a little big. Let's banner the ends or fishtail, whatever you want to call it. And I do it like this. I know it bends the paper a little, but I'm fine with it. Okay. Okay, that goes there. I would bring that down, but then I won't have enough room. So I'm going to put it up pretty much as close to the top as I can. So here, I'm going to do the bottom first. Just so I can kind of figure out where the middle part needs to go. Just a little bit. Hold on, let me straighten this up so I can put this in the right spot. Okay, do this one. I had the background paper as white. Well, first I had it as this and it was just too busy. Then I had it as white and my title wouldn't show up. So I couldn't decide. And then I found this pale green and I was in my stash and I was like, you know what? That is perfect for this layout. So that's what I went with. Okay. Line it up again. Okay, like that. I need to map my photos. I just pulled out some white paper from my stash. Some scraps. Okay. You know what? Let me get this stuff out of my way so I don't. All right, let me back my 2. I kind of have stuff all over, guys. Not gonna lie. There we go. And I've lost all my white paper. I lost my photo. There it is. It's like, holy cow. It's been crazy around here. Yesterday, here in Northwest Oklahoma, we had the most awful wind. Like, it was insane. Yeah, I guess so. And so I did nothing yesterday. I did one scrapbook page, but I had not slept well the night before because the wind came in and I need that up a little bit more. The wind came in and if you know anything about Northwest Oklahoma or Oklahoma in general, not just Northwest Oklahoma, but we have a problem with wildfires when we have wind like that because we live in an area that doesn't have, well, I always say in the middle of nowhere, but we just have, it's kind of grassland. And so it's also pretty dry here. And so when the wind blows like that, you have to worry about fires. And if you've been paying attention to the news, you know that last weekend we had some major problems with fires. in our area, I don't know that that made the news, but then in another town, actually the town where my daughter goes to school, the city where my daughter goes to school, had terrible, terrible fires. And so with the wind blowing like that, and it didn't start blowing until, oh, I don't know, night. With the wind blowing like that, of course, we had to worry about wildfires on our property. And my husband runs a cow-calf operation, a ranch, if you want to call it that. And so we have to really pay attention to fires because of our land and cattle. Anyway, to make a long story short, because of that, I did not get a whole lot of sleep. There was actually, you know, that's longer and I kind of like it. There was actually, we did have a fire, but it wasn't on our property. Well, it may have been on our property, but it was pretty close to our house. It was within 3 miles of our house. However, we had several fire departments. We also, out here where I live, we have all volunteer firemen. And so, and they do a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic. Like, we couldn't ask for a better fire department. And they got out here. Some neighboring towns came also. They were all on call and ready to go. So luckily it didn't do any damage, or very little damage. But because of that, my husband and I just didn't get a whole lot of sleep. You know, you're just always waiting for that next call, for the next little bit. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep the night before. And so yesterday I did nothing. I always have one of those days over spring break, and yesterday was that day. I didn't scrapbook much. I did some reading. I've been trying to clean like one room in my house, like deep clean it every day. I didn't do that. I did nothing. I did cook supper and lunch, I guess. But anyway, so today, even though it was just one day, I'm kind of discombobulated a little bit, trying to get things done before spring break is over. All right, that is what I'm going to do. And I really kind of like it. And I think I might add a little bit of more stamping, especially those dots. I love these little splatters. They're not dots. I love this little splatter stamp. It's a close to my heart. And I just love it. I think I'm going to add some of that down here underneath this 4H, the clover, just to kind of mimic the top, like so. And I think I'm also, what do you think, guys? I know it's not glued down. And I know this isn't perfect. Embossing never is for me. I enjoy doing it, but it's never perfect. I get it everywhere. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to look at my 4H stickers and just see if I have anything that would go with it. None of those. I think these are all like science-y ones, which I do not have anything for that. Not 4H science ones. I don't think so. Oh, I could do the, hold on, I want to see something. What would this look like up here? Oh, it's not 12 inches. Don't you hate it when you do that? How about like that? I kind of like that. Okay, guys, so I am going to go glue this down. I might add, I have these Pink Fresh gems, and I might add some of those to it also. I also have some clear ones, so I might do some of that and finish gluing everything down. There will be a close-up. Nope, I always say close up. There will be a still shot at the end of the video to show you what I finished, how I finished it off. Thank you so much for joining me. There is a playlist of the Ironcrafters down in the description box. Go check out everybody else that is playing along. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.